Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alex.
And I'm Morgan. You are listening to Connecting the Dots, coming to you from Snarful Solutions Group here in sunny, well, not so sunny Sacramento, California.
Not so sunny is right. It is Monday, February 2nd, 2026. And if you're driving anywhere in the valley right now, you might be wondering if the world outside your car actually still exists.
It is absolute soup out there. We have a dense fog advisory until noon, and I'm pretty sure visibility is being measured in like feet, not miles.
Seriously. Keep those lights on, ease up a little. It is not the day to be setting any land speed records on the commute.
But you know, a little fog is nothing compared to what the rest of the country is dealing with. If you're on the East Coast or down south, wow, it is brutally cold.
We're talking potential all-time February record lows in Florida. And up north, there's an Alberta clipper moving through.
And for those who don't speak meteorologists, that's just a fancy term for a really fast, really nasty blast of Canadian air that drops some snow and sends the temperatures plummeting.
So yeah, the northern plains, Great Lakes, you're getting hammered. Stay warm.
Definitely. But despite the deep freeze, the markets are actually starting the week pretty warm. Lots of green on the screen.
Okay, that's good to hear.
The Dow is up significantly, about 0.75%. The S&P 500 is right there with it, up over 0.5%.
And what about the crypto world? It's been a bit shaky.
It has. Bitcoin is having a bit of a recovery day. It's up almost 2%. But, and this is a big but, you have to remember the context.
Right.
That's after a really rough week. It's still down over 11% from last Monday.
The classic crypto roller coaster.
You know it. And handling that kind of volatility, and frankly, this fog, it requires a very specific kind of fuel.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
You absolutely do. We are so thrilled to welcome a new partner to the show, Strong Coffee.
Now, we drink an almost embarrassing amount of coffee here at Snarful. And when you hear instant coffee, your brain immediately goes to that sad, bitter sludge.
Sad bean water.
Sad bean water. Exactly. The stuff you drink out of desperation.
Right. But Strong Coffee has actually, they've cracked the code. It's instant, but it tastes like a real traditional brew. The game changer, though, is what's inside it. It's packed with 15 grams of protein and MCTs.
And MCTs, for anyone who doesn't know, are basically healthy fats, usually from coconut oil, that your body can convert into energy super quickly.
Exactly. Plus, it has adaptogens like ashwagandha, which helps you manage stress. So instead of those caffeine jitters and that 2 p.m. crash,
or you want to just curl up under your desk,
you get this clean, sustained energy. It's a huge upgrade to the morning routine.
So if you want to try it out, just head over to strongcoffeecompany.com. Use the promo code SNARFUL, that's SNAARFUL, for 20% off your entire purchase.
All right, coffee's poured. Let's get into it.
It is time for our Morning Star, the Snarful Tech Article Report. We've sifted through all the noise to bring you the 3 stories that really matter today. And looking at the lineup, it seems like the theme is massive ambition colliding with the hard wall of reality.
That's a great way to put it. It's about how money moves, how tech breaks, and, well, how governments are starting to react.
So let's start with the Elon Musk empire. There is some, let's call it creative accounting, happening between his companies that really tells a much bigger story.
It's a fascinating look at how you move money when you own all the pieces on the board. So the headline is that SpaceX, Musk's private rocket company, has bought over 1,000 Cybertrucks from Tesla, his public car company.
1,000. And that number might even go up to 2,000.
It could.
Just doing some quick math here. That's a cash transfer of what? Somewhere between $80 and $160 million.
That's right. Moving straight from SpaceX's books over to Tesla's, it's a pretty significant injection of cash.
Okay, so on the surface, you might think, all right, fine. SpaceX has that giant Starbase facility in Texas. They need trucks. And honestly, the Cybertruck looks like it was designed to drive around a rocket factory.
It absolutely fits the aesthetic, yeah. It looks like it belongs on Mars. But the question people are asking is, does a rocket company really need 2,000 of them?
Right. This feels like it's about more than just fleet management.
It is. This is what finance people call a related party transaction. And it matters because of let's say, the health of the seller in this deal.
Which is Tesla. And Tesla has been struggling to sell these things.
Massively struggling. I mean, think back to the hype in 2019, smashing windows on stage, pre-orders flooding in. They built out capacity to make 250,000 of these a year.
And the reality? Where are they now?
The estimates, and this is based on actual registration data, suggest they are selling fewer than 20,000 a year.
Wow.
It's a colossal miss. We're talking less than 10% of their intended capacity.
And we know why, right? I mean, the price went way up from what was promised.
Yeah.
The range is lower. Some of the coolest features, like that ramp tailgate, just disappeared.
Exactly. The product didn't quite deliver on the initial promise.
So you have Tesla, a public company, sitting on a mountain of inventory just as their incentives are running out. They desperately need to show good numbers for the quarter. And suddenly,
SpaceX, a private company controlled by the same guy, swoops in and buys a huge chunk of that inventory.
it's kind of like if your lemonade stand is failing. So you take your allowance money to buy your own lemonade just to make it look successful.
That is a surprisingly perfect analogy. It's legal as long as it's disclosed properly, but it definitely obscures the true market demand.
It makes the sales sheet look good for investors who aren't digging into the details.
Right. But this is where the story gets much, much bigger. Because SpaceX isn't just a customer here. It's basically become the central bank for the entire Musk ecosystem.
Okay, explain that.
Well, SpaceX is in a quiet period right now ahead of a potential IPO in 2026. And the rumors swirling around this IPO are valuing the company at $1.5 trillion.
Trillion with a T. That's nation-state money that puts it in the same category as Amazon or Google.
It absolutely does. And if that valuation holds, Elon Musk would become the world's first trillionaire.
Wow.
He's sitting at around $680 billion now, which is already impossible to comprehend, but this is a whole different level.
So where does that money go?
Well, look at what's happening. SpaceX isn't just buying trucks. It's also funneling $2 billion into xAI, Musk's artificial intelligence company.
So the profitable, cash-rich company, SpaceX, is being used to prop up the struggling product line at Tesla and also fund the brand new, cash-hungry AI venture.
Precisely. It's a closed-loop economy. The real risk for potential investors is, are you investing in a world-changing rocket company, or are you just funding a slush fund for all of Musk's other projects?
That is the trillion-dollar question. And speaking of that $2 billion investment in xAI, that takes us right to our second story. Because while the money is flowing to build these AI tools, the ethical guardrails are, they seem to be optional.
Yeah, this story is a lot darker. We're talking about Grok, the AI chatbot from xAI. It's been generating non-consensual sexual deepfakes for a while now.
And despite a lot of promises that they were fixing it, a new investigation shows that they really haven't.
Not even close. The Verge did a really thorough investigation, and a warning to listeners, the details are pretty disturbing. They found that Grok is still, to put it plainly, undressing people.
And we're not talking about some complicated technical workaround here, right?
No, not at all. This is on the main app, the main website. The test case they used involved uploading a clothed photo of a man, and Grok would just strip him and put him in fetish gear.
Leather harnesses, bikinis. I read that in some cases, it even generated visible genitalia through mesh. That is incredibly graphic for a mainstream tool.
It is, and the response from the company has been, baffling. They said they put up guardrails. Their big fix was to put image generation behind a paywall.
Which is not a safety feature. That's just charging for the abuse. It might reduce the volume, but it doesn't solve the core problem.
It makes it a premium feature, basically. And the so-called technical filters they added on January 14th, they are flimsy.
Easy to get around.
Unbelievably easy. You don't need to be a hacker. You just use prompts like, show her in a transparent bikini. That's the hack. That's all it takes.
It's like the system is designed to obey intent over safety. And the scale of this is it's horrifying.
Yeah.
There was data showing that in 1 hour, it generated almost 8,000 of these images.
Just under 8,000 violations of privacy in 60 minutes. This is where that whole move fast and break things philosophy just completely falls apart. And now the regulators are coming.
The European Union in particular.
Oh, they are not happy. They've opened a formal investigation under the Digital Services Act, the DSA. And the DSA is not a toothless tiger. We're talking fines of up to 6% of a company's global annual revenue.
Which for a company this size would be a a business-ending number.
It could be. And they can also just ban the platform outright. It's not just Europe either. The UK's prime minister called it disgraceful. U.S. lawmakers are pointing to the Take It Down Act. The pressure is building.
So you have this incredible tension. Story one is about this massive trillion-dollar valuation funding AI growth. And story two is about that AI growth creating a product so dangerous it might get banned worldwide.
It's a perfect example of corporate responsibility failing to keep up with technical capability. They built a rocket engine but forgot to install any brakes.
And when you do that, you're bound to crash. Which, interestingly enough, brings us to our third story. Because one country did hit the brakes hard, but now they're easing off a bit.
Right. We're talking about Indonesia.
Indonesia was actually the first country to just completely ban Grok over these exact pornographic content concerns. And for context, Indonesia has some of the strictest laws in the world about this stuff.
They do not mess around. They block Pornhub, OnlyFans, even Reddit sometimes. If you cross their line, you're out. They don't care how big you are.
But the news today is they've lifted the ban. Grok is back online in Indonesia.
It is, but with a big asterisk next to it. It's been restored on a conditional basis and is under strict supervision.
So what does that mean?
Apparently, Xcorp sent a formal letter to the Indonesian government, and in it, they outlined concrete steps they were taking to prevent this from happening again.
Concrete steps. Now, let's hold that phrase up against what we just learned from the Verge investigation.
Exactly.
If the current steps are so easy to bypass with a simple text prompt, what exactly did they promise Indonesia? Are these steps real, or is this just a diplomatic show?
That's the disconnect, isn't it? Did they deploy a special, more secure version just for Indonesia, or did they just send a nicely worded letter and hope for the best?
Seems like a global game of whack-a-mole. And other countries have done this too, right?
Yeah, the Philippines, Malaysia. They've also done temporary blocks and then lifted them after getting these kinds of promises. It shows that governments do have leverage here. They can force these giants to the negotiating table.
But the core question remains. If the underlying AI model hasn't been fundamentally changed to refuse these requests, aren't these just empty promises?
That is the fear. You can filter keywords like transparent, but users will just switch to sheer or gossamer. Unless the AI understands the concept of what it's being asked to do is wrong, the problem will always be there.
It really does connect all three stories, doesn't it? The financial pressure to get that IPO, that money funding, reckless AI development, and that recklessness crashing into laws of sovereign nations.
It's a perfect storm. Ambition is outpacing ethics, and the regulators are running to catch up. It's going to be a very messy year for AI safety.
It sure is. Wow. That is a lot to process for a Monday morning.
It is, but it's important to know where this is all heading.
Definitely. So before we wrap up, let's talk about something a little lighter. If you're looking out at this fog and just dreaming of a sunny green fairway, we've got something for you.
Yes, we want to give a quick shout out to our friends at Sconi. That's Skoni. If you're a golfer, you know the deal with golf shoes. They're stiff, they're ugly, and you can't wait to take them off.
Sconi is totally different. They make these premium golf shoes that are genuinely comfortable, and they actually look good. You can wear them straight from the 18th green to lunch without looking out of place.
They're fantastic. Go treat yourself. Head over to Skoni.com. Use the promo code SNARFL when you check out, and you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap of what we unpacked today.
First up, the Musk financial merry-go-round. SpaceX is acting as the bank, buying up Cybertrucks to boost Tesla's numbers, all while it's eyeing a massive $1.5 trillion IPO.
Second, the Grok AI scandal is not getting better, it's getting worse. New investigations prove it's still creating non-consensual deepfakes, and the European Union is getting ready to drop the hammer with some potentially huge fines.
And finally, Indonesia has lifted its ban on Grok, but only after getting promises of concrete steps from Xcorp, promises that, given everything else we know, we should probably be pretty skeptical about.
It's going to be a fascinating week in tech, and we will be here every day to break it all down for you.
As always, thanks for tuning in and starting your morning with us.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.